I know you're getting ready to head over to Grand Casino Arena here in a little bit. This is, it's interesting. This is a clinching game tonight, and if not, then there's one more game back in Dallas. But the feeling or the vibe that I'm getting is that based on the 5-on-5 play in this series, that the Wild definitely have an edge.
Yeah. No, I mean, this doesn't feel like some other series where, boy, we really got lucky and, boy, we're not playing well, but we're winning. This seems like the Wild are really dictating the tempo, the style of play, where the puck is. I mean, Minnesota has become such a puck possession team now ever since Quinn Hughes got here. He holds the puck. I mean, he just will stand there, and it has infected his teammates. They now see him standing there with the puck, and he's got another second and a half to decide what he wants to do. And Faber has told me it's crept into his game now. He's like, I just don't have to put it off the glass and get it out. You can wait an extra second to see what's out there.
Yeah.
And the forwards are doing that, and you can see the Wild attack, and they'll regroup. And, not going Soviet Army of the 80s where they go back and circle if they didn't like it. But they do now have that option where they're like, we don't like this, let's back it up. And it's been a great way to keep your opponent chasing you.
And it is fun to watch with Hughes. Well, it's fun to watch Hughes skate and stick handle because he's just making reverses and spinning around people. And I think that's part of why he can hold onto the puck himself.
Well, of course.
You might see them attack other puck, carriers or holders. They seem afraid to attack Hughes because they just figure he's just going to spin, pirouette,
it makes
go
him look
around
silly.
Yes. And so they give him a little bit more space.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, his skill level allows him that time. But even if you don't have that dynamic ability of getting out of corners like he does and situations where it looks like he's got nowhere to go, these guys still have a little bit of time. They may not have the second and a half that Quinn has, but you can take a break and look up and try to see something that's developing. And I'm sure the coaches have been harping on them for years that you could do this, but to see somebody doing it every shift and in practice, you're chasing them around and you're like, well, wait, I can hang on to the puck for half a second longer.
The other big impact, I think, was pretty clear was having Matt Zuccarello and Trennian back in the lineup.
Yakov Trenin?
Yeah, I always forget how his first name is pronounced, so I just avoid it. But back in the lineup, and certainly with Zuccarello and Kaprizov, I mean, that's a clear thing. So they're in. Brodin out.
Right.
What kind of an impact? I mean, we saw the one positive impact. What's the negative impact of having Brodin out?
Well, it does thin your defensive core. Middleton will now move up, and he'll be paired with Spurgeon tonight. They played together for years, so that's not a real problem. Your third pair may be a problem because it's Bogosian, who's been caught a couple times. He's battling some injuries at this point. He's trying to get through it. And then they're reinstalling Jeff Petrie into the lineup that they got at the trade deadline from the Florida Panthers.
A veteran.
Yeah, 38 years old. Yes, he's got a couple of rings. The guy knows how to play in playoff position. And he spoke today down at the rink, and he said that his first couple of games with the Wild were pretty choppy because he didn't understand their systems fully. But now, since he's been here, almost 2 months, he's feeling much more comfortable. So I think he should be all right. But they're really going to lean on Quinn and Brock more than ever, probably tonight.
Another stat that I saw from the game the other night, which was kind of a flip-flop from, I think, the game prior, earlier games, is the number of blocked shots. The Wild had 20-some blocked shots compared to the Stars 8.
Yeah.
And I think in previous games it had been reversed, and I think that was a huge difference.
Yeah, the game they lost here in Minnesota, it ended up being a problem with the blocked shots. Remember the game they lost, the double overtime game? Dallas ended up with 30 blocked shots. They weren't getting it. They were hitting guys that were from me to you away. It's just like, how did you not see that guy? But I think they flipped it a little bit. And then the other is that just Dallas didn't even have any opportunities to shoot the puck the last game. What, they had 11 shots halfway through the hockey game? That is remarkable. I mean, I remember watching them play in Dallas, and they get run out of that building so many times over the years. But this is a different crew right now.
And then the last thing we got to talk about is, we saw the chippiness in their final regular game of the season. A lot of fights. Certainly saw that bubbling up in the first game or so. And then it seems to have kind of, you don't see as much of that in the last couple of games. Will you see that from Dallas tonight as they struggle to stay alive in this series? Or are they too worried about giving the Wild power plays?
I think they will try to intimidate the Wild. They will try to stir things up. They'll want Minnesota to take penalties because the only way they can score right now is on the power play. They've gone over 200 minutes without a 5-on-5 goal. So I think that is going to be a key for them, is to get on those Wild defensemen. They know that third pair could be susceptible. So we will see how that plays out tonight.
Yeah, it should be a fun game.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. That rink is going to explode, just like Target Center will be tonight.
6:30.
Both teams, never in the history of pro sports have we had two teams on the same night with a chance to wrap up a playoff series.
At home.
Like the Wild and Wolves have never won first-round series in the same year, ever.
Oh, I didn't even think about that stat. So it's
so
never
this has never even happened.
So not in the same year. Now we have it the same year on the same night.
Right,
Both
at home. Yes.
That's going to be great. All right, well, enjoy down there. It is fun atmosphere in playoffs. And, of course, they upped the menu, too, for the pregame media meal.
Oh, yeah. Well,
not that you're not looking
I
forward
just
to
got to go. I'm the guy that's falling on the grenade for you guys.
Appreciate it, Jim. All right, thanks so much.
You bet.